Well, hundreds of mayors from across the country are gathering in Washington, D.C. for the U.S. Conference of Mayors 88th annual winter meeting, including Austin Mayor Steve Adler. The mayor is joining us live from the conference. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Ashley.
You know, Mayor, tell us a little bit about the purpose and the real issues you guys are planning to tackle this year at the conference.
You know, the United States Conference of Mayors meeting here is a really sharp contrast between what's happening down the street. Down the street is an incredibly politicized and polarized process that's going on. Here at the United States Conference of Mayors, there are hundreds of mayors from all over the country. Most all the big cities are represented, and it's a bipartisan thing. You know, that we have mayors from all parties working together to solve what are really common problems across cities. There are a lot of cities that are dealing with homelessness right now, many of them dealing with challenges much greater than what we have in Austin, but it's good to hear what they're doing and what they're trying. The ones that are being successful are the ones that are focused on housing and getting services for people to stabilize their lives, just what we're doing. I'm talking to a lot of other cities that have gone through the same kind of mobility challenges that we have. Most of them have gone ahead and adopted policies for mass public transit in their cities. We're going to take something like that to the voters in November, so hopefully we can join their ranks. I'm jealous talking to those other mayors about how now people are able to move around their city and have access and opportunity. So for me, gathered with these mayors, the takeaway is everybody's trying to help everybody else regardless of party, and there are a lot of people like us focused on homelessness, housing, and mobility.
You know, obviously important that you are there, but there is a lot going on back here at home. Obviously, the big issue that's getting a lot of attention that the council is set to vote on today is a resolution to end arrests and fines for low-level marijuana offenses. Talk to us about your thoughts on this resolution.
Well, you know, I haven't seen the final wording of it, and I understand that the wording seems to be changing. But at a high level, I'll say, first, public safety is our most important thing. We obviously can't decriminalize a state identified offense. But I understand that now, because of some action by the state legislature, there are barriers to enforcement of low-level marijuana possession cases. I don't think the city should fix the legislature's problem. They should fix it. And because of that challenge, I understand that our prosecutors and judges locally are not prosecuting certain offenses, and I don't want our police department wasting lots of our taxpayer money arresting people or processing people on crimes that are not going to be pursued by the prosecutors or the judges. I think we need to use our resources in a different way. Now, at some point in the future, if someone wants to get to the legislature the thought of decriminalizing marijuana, like so many other states have done, I'd be in favor of the legislature considering that. It's something I would support. But my understanding is what's happening in the city of Austin is not that. It's much more limited to, should we spend money on something that prosecutors and judges now can't enforce because of something that the legislature did.
So it would seem as though you then support the resolution, that as you've read it on a high level, your understanding of it as of today.
Well, at a high level, without knowing the wording of the exact resolution, because it doesn't decriminalize anything, which we can't do, but it says we're not going to use our resources to fix a problem created by the legislature, and I don't think that's our responsibility to do that, and that's not where I think we should send our public safety dollars.
And so what about what the police department, you know, thinks about the leaders over there in the department who say we should still be trying to do something with these cases, and that they wanted to have the lab tests and the lab equipment to test it?
Well, you know, we don't have the lab equipment to test it, and the question is, how much money should we spend trying to fix a problem that the legislature made? You know, they could change the law, they could provide the equipment for testing, I just think that that's a better way of handling that issue rather than us spending an inordinate amount of money going after low-level marijuana cases that at this point judges and prosecutors aren't pursuing. And if they're not going to be pursuing it, then I think we should spend our public safety dollars on some of the public safety challenges that we're reading about and hearing about that are higher priorities for us.
All right. Mayor Adler, thank you so much for taking some time out of the conference to speak with us this morning. We certainly appreciate it.
All right, Ashley, take care.